Please be advised that this video is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Any views are purely my own, are subjective and may not necessarily be true. I do, however, do extensive research for all of my videos. All photos have been found on the public domain. I am using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. I urge everybody to do their own research. Well, hello, it's Murky Meg here. It's Thursday the 30th of April, and it seems that although Harry and Meghan have departed the royal shores, they cannot stay out of the media one single day. Now, yesterday was William and Kate's 9th anniversary, and lo and behold, we all expected something to drop from either Harry, but more importantly, I thought it was going to be from Meghan, because she cannot let any important day in the royal calendar go by without dropping something. Now, she's been working with SmartWorks, that's not new news, but on the 27th of March, she Zoomed, Skyped, whatever it was, to a young lady giving her interview tips. A lot of people have been commenting about this video of Meghan because they're saying that she looks so strikingly different. There are two things that strike me as very strange or different about her appearance. One is her teeth. They seem so bright. Everybody's allowed to get their teeth done, fair play, but it does seem to be quite a big jump between what she used to have and what she has now. She's obviously had some dental work. Fair play to her, I say. I mean, if I could afford it, I'd get them done too. But her face seems very different. There are two reasons for this, I think. One, she's not wearing so much makeup. We're used to seeing her out and about caked in makeup, and I don't think she has that much on. She's going for a very minimal look. So it's commonplace these days that highlighters and contour is used to manipulate the shape of your face. Everybody uses it, all the celebrities are using it. And I think that when we've seen her at public events or when she wants to be seen, that she's using the contour element aspect of the makeup to minimize certain things on her face. She's not done that in this one. So that, I think, is one of the reasons why this looks strikingly different. Second thing is her hairline. It just looks completely different to me. But I think it's because she predominantly wears wigs. It's not been said out loud that she wears them, but we all know she does, apparently. And I don't think that we're actually seeing her wear either a wig or a weave. And this is her real hairline. So that could very well be why her face looks so different. Let's face it, it does look very different. Now, she was supposed to be mentoring this young girl, and she seemed to uplift her very, very much. You know, she was quite happy. A lot of people are saying that this girl, and I for one, had to really question this. There was a fan that she greeted at the Christmas Day walk in 2018. It was apparently a fan from her old TIG Instagram days. She washed, she hugged, oh, I can't believe you're here, that sort of thing. I had to put them side by side. It's now come out that the interviewee that was mentored by Meghan, now her name was Chrissy Uznova, who is from London, while the young lady that greeted her on the Christmas walk in 2018 was a young girl called Jessica Daniels. It is not the same girl. However, the thing that I am a little bit perplexed about is that this video took place very late March, and nobody's really followed up with this young girl who did this video with Meghan to see whether or not she got the job with Bloomberg's. Wouldn't that have been a nice story? Which I suspect, bless her, she didn't get it. If she had got it, I think they would have been shouting it from the rooftops. Now, while I think that this is a nice thing to do, I do have to question, where does Meghan actually get the knowledge to prep people on interviews? When was the last time she went on an interview? Interviews are very different than going for a acting working audition. They're two different things, aren't they? An audition and an interview, polar opposites. So maybe it wasn't all to do with the preparation of the interview, which is what it's actually been put forward as, but more of an inspiring, uplifting, kind of motivational, you can do this. That's not a mentor, really. A mentor is somebody that can coach you through the pitfalls that are going to happen. Well, that's my belief anyway. And again, it just feels like it's promotion for promotion's sake. She needs to get into the news, especially seeing as it was delayed so much. It was filmed in late March and it's only just come out late April. I do have to question whose idea was it to release it on the 29th of April, which of course was William and Kate's anniversary. There seems to be a strange pattern. Those of us that have followed Harry and Meghan from the very beginning are well aware that this pattern keeps on happening whenever there is news in the royal family or there is a significant date that other people are celebrating. Up pops Harry and Meghan to steal the limelight. And it's getting pretty tiresome now, to be perfectly honest, and it needs to stop because loads more people are noticing it. If you keep doing it, you will be renowned for it and you will get a name for yourself outside of the people that already know and don't like you and that are vehemently trying to sift through all the nonsense that keeps being pushed out by either their PR team or their friends or whoever keeps telling the media things. We have to sift through all of this and find out what is truth and what is lies. And if you keep stealing people's limelight, you will get a name for yourself outside of that circle and people will tar you with that brush. Once that brush is tarred, then you will never ever get that lifted from your character. You have to be quite respectable in Hollywood to create a name for yourself. You have to be professional. You have to have respect. And if you don't have respect, then you're never really going to work in Hollywood and get the gigs that you really want. But the thing is that respect needs to be earned. I've been brought up under this philosophy from a very young age. You can't get respect if you don't give respect. It's a pleasure that needs to be earned. You can't demand it. And if you keep playing games with the royal family, they're just going to get ticked off even more. Because we've had a few days ago, one of Meghan's friends has spoken up and said that if Kate had been the victim of such bullying, the same as it's alleged that Meghan has, then something would have been done. Firstly, that is quite a wrong and detrimental thing to say because Kate has faced terrible media onslaught from the very beginning and she's earned the respect over time. She is now flawless and she has built up this rock steady attitude of respect and elegance and decorum. This didn't happen overnight. She had to work very hard at this. She has almost like a maturity and an ethereal kind of presence about her because she knows what the role entails and she's played it to a T. She hasn't put a foot wrong. That's not because the media hasn't touched her, because they have. They went gung-ho at her the first couple of years. Maybe the first 7 years before William actually proposed, she was hounded relentlessly in the media. So the fact that one of Meghan's friends is coming out and saying, well, if Kate was the same as Meghan and then Meghan did that, it's not the case. I'm sorry, but Kate has faced exactly the same backlash. It's part and parcel of the course. Fergie did it. Sophie had it. Everybody has had it. You're a public figure. What public figure who puts themselves out there and courts the media doesn't get backlash? Only the big A-listers that hide away and don't court that media and live a private life get away with it. And do you know why that is? Because they have a private life and they like privacy. See what I'm getting to here? If you court the media and you manipulate the media, you're going to get it back tenfold because you can't put yourself out there all the way and then when they bite back go, oh, that's not fair. It's the way of the world, I'm afraid. Put your big girl pants on and get on with it. If you want privacy, go off and have a private life. But if you want to call the media, expect to be bitten sometimes when your tales and your fabrications don't ring true. Speaking of friends piping up, it's Harry's turn for his friends to tell a little tale. Now, Prince Harry's friends tell that he misses the army and cannot believe how life has been turned upside down after Megxit moved to Los Angeles. Well, has regret and resentment finally settled in, Harry? He now apparently feels that he would have been better protected from the turmoil he has faced in recent months if he was still in the army, a source has claimed. I think this is just something to put another victim card his way. The sympathy vote is not going to work, unfortunately, and I want to just say, what did you expect? What honestly did you expect by pressing that nuclear button to just destroy bridges in your family relationships? You knew what would happen. Any normal person would know. If you push that button on Megxit and put your website live the way you did without really telling anybody what you were going to do, it was going to ruffle some major feathers and completely divide people. There is no going back, unfortunately now, Harry, and it seems that possibly resentment has crept in, and regret, that's a normal behaviour to consider when the dust has settled and you finally kind of lick your wounds and think, what now? Probably more so with everything that's going on in the world, because offers of jobs and monies and things aren't flooding in to keep them busy. So he's probably just kind of flopping around in the house in LA, wherever he may be, thinking, oh, is this it now? Is this our lives? And possibly, he is having a little bit of second thoughts. I wouldn't blame him, to be perfectly honest. But I think that door is now closed. Until he comes back alone or with the child, then there is no way back into the royal fold. Unfortunately, I don't think Meghan will ever be welcomed back. If she is, there will be massive caveats attached. Speaking of Harry and what he needs to do, it seems like one of his patronages is no longer being in the recipient of his support. Whether or not it was their choice or his choice, he is no longer a patron of a company or a charity called MAP Action. Now, they are a humanitarian emergency charity who basically go and use maps to quickly gather critical data when a disaster strikes or when a humanitarian issue needs to be sorted out. He was listed as their patrons and one of their supporters. He no longer is. Nobody really knows whether or not he stopped or they stopped, but we know now that he is no longer patron for MAP Action, which is a shame because he said that he would always support his patronages. I would like to know exactly what your thoughts are on the Meghan video with the Smart Works charity. Did we expect something to hit on William and Kate's anniversary? Of course we did. What do you think of her change in appearance? Do you think it's just lighting, makeup, different hairstyle, maybe not wearing her wig or weave? Do you think she may have had a little bit of Botox or a bit of a face tuck? Because there's something there different, whether it be lighting or makeup, I'm not quite sure. I've noticed there does seem to be a difference from a few months ago. What do you think of Meghan saying that if the treatment was received by Kate, the same treatment that she believes that she's been subjected to, do you think that it would have been any different? What do you think of Harry's comment about leaving the royal family and how his life has been turned upside down? And finally, do you think he was the one that left the patronage, or do you think they dropped him? As always, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.